Chris and Brian here today, and we're going to talk about something a little bit different. Where use this from time to time. It might be something you could use at your school or business. It's called KASM. It's an open source project, but if you're a business or a school, I mean, I don't know what the fees are. There are some fees involved. It's a cheap way to keep your, for example, if your school, keep your lab environment clean, right? Like you got all these kids surfing around on the internet and things like that. It also, as you can see on the screen, gives you all these different browsers to work with. So if one program or application or whatnot doesn't work with one browser, you can use another browser, and then it all gets reset. I'll have Chris, because he's up on this, give you a little bit more information on how the reset process works and how this keeps a workstation clean in your business or lab environment.
Yeah, so it's essentially a container streaming platform. In simple terms, it's like a virtual workspace that would allow you to access your computer and applications securely from the browser. So, like as you see, I'm on my hosted version in the cloud. I'm not actually on my computer here. So if I launch a Chrome browser, it's like an isolated browser session within my browser on my computer, if that makes any sense.
So like say sorry, Chris, if you were to download something that was malicious, how would you get rid of that malicious program? Because it wouldn't land on your computer, right?
Well, yeah. So, I mean, there is always the chance, I think I've read a little bit on it, where there is the possibility that the server that this is hosted on gets infected, but it's mostly just like an isolated browser session. So once I delete the session here, it's gone. I wouldn't really be downloading files in that session. You can run like a virtual machine of like a Linux-based operating system, and maybe you download something maliciously there, but if you still delete the session, it likely won't leak out of the container. There's always the possibility, at least from what I've read.
So boom, you can set it to maybe delete the sessions nightly or something like that. So like when, say you're in a school lab, right, the kids come in the morning, they got everything is fresh again. Is that the
there's some settings you could change. So like another way I use this, at least, is they have a KASM workspace browser extension that works on Chrome or Edge. I haven't tested Brave or Firefox, but essentially, say I'm unsure about a link, so I just have a random Reddit feed up here. If I'm wondering what this link is here, I can actually open it in there instead of my workstation. I just choose open link in KASM, and then it's going to load in the browser of my choice, based on how I have the extension configured.
But all the processing and that sort of thing is done up in the cloud on the cloud server, not here locally on your computer.
It's an isolated browser session from that device. It's not on my computer at all. I'm just accessing it through a web browser.
Even though it looks as simple as, it's local there right on your computer.
Right.
But that's the important concept to remember, that all the processing is done in the cloud. Okay, Chris, thanks a lot for your help in showing us this.
Yep, no problem.
Take care.